nightmare.
Hello and welcome to Cinema Subculture, the podcast where we discuss everything strange, obscure and downright messed up in the world of movies. My name's Gary.
And I'm Simon. Well, Gary.
We are back again.
We are back again. Every week we come back. It's like it's a miracle, isn't it? It's like we just keep going, you know?
Yeah. So it's Tenebrae.
Tenebrae this week, yes. Dario Argento.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get into that, Gary, I feel I need to make a little shout out to, would you say, our number one fan?
Looks like it, yeah.
Yeah. This is a little shout out to Paul Watson, who is an avid listener.
Cheers for all the emails. The positive comments are much welcomed, and glad to get some feedback on how we're doing.
It's good to know that we're not just talking absolute bullshit every week.
Well, we are doing that as well, but...
Not that would matter, but it's nice to know. We're giving you a bit of a shout out here, bud. Thanks for the love. We're definitely going to get to Cannibal Holocaust.
Should be coming
like you requested.
Soon.
Very soon.
In the next wave, maybe.
Yeah, as you say, it's kind of hard to get hold of the full uncut version. I think you suggested the Region 1 Grindhouse release.
Yeah, I've got that.
You've got that?
Yeah.
So you've got it?
Yeah. It's not all that hard. I think it may be out of print now.
I think I said it's out of print and it's kind of expensive,
right, okay,
but comparatively, that's good then. So we do have it. There you go. But just a general thanks. Keep listening. Any suggestions, any feedback, send it our way. That goes for everyone.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends. Sure, that's it. As I say, that goes for everyone. The email address is, as always, cinema_subculture@hotmail.com. And Facebook is facebook.com/cinemasubculture.
Mm-hmm. Go and give us a like.
Yeah, that's it.
Subscribe on iTunes.
Sure. Just any feedback, any suggestions for films that you would like us to cover. Just like Paul's kind of got in contact with us. Any of our, again, as Paul mentioned, any of our upcoming schedule that you don't particularly like, that's fine too. Probably still going to cover it just for the sake of it, but any and all feedback is always welcomed. Thanks for listening, Paul.
Cheers.
And to everyone else. So, Gary, Tenebrae, 1982.
Mm-hmm.
Want to give us a wee plot outline?
The plot of Tenebrae follows an author called Peter Neal. He goes to Rome to promote his latest book. Also called Tenebrae.
Sure.
And he gets himself involved in a series of murders, some copycat killings.
Sure, kind of taking inspiration from his book.
Yeah. And he gets embroiled in that, and actually gets in deeper than he may have expected.
Sure.
He goes to the other side.
Definitely.
Flips out.
Yeah, It definitely gets to him, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
So what was your... I'll go to you with this since it was my kind of suggestion and I kind of know your feelings on it a wee bit. What were your feelings in this film?
Tenebrae, right. I saw it a few months ago at first and I thought it was okay. Then I borrowed your Blu-ray to watch it for this. I watched it first with the commentary and I'm thinking, this is shite. I thought I was going to come in here and I'm going to have to go in there and trash this. But then I watched the film again and I did quite enjoy it. It's a fairly fun ride, but I would say I do have kind of serious problems with Argento and his style. I do think he's an incredibly overrated director. I mean, even in that commentary, like two major fans of his work, they basically saying, the storytelling's crap. It's all about the visual style.
I mean, that's kind of something we've discussed before. Sorry to cut you off. With reference, we're talking about like with Fulci and Argento. You know what I mean? You said I think you said Fulci is kind of schlocky, but he knows it, and he kind of works off of that. Whereas Argento maybe thinks he's a bit special and doesn't quite get that he's being schlocky, or you know what I mean?
So that I don't have a problem with that per se. If it's going to say right, I'm just going to go for visuals, that's fine. The problem I have with Argento is with this style of film, a detective thriller murder mystery, if you're going to say that storytelling really doesn't matter, maybe you should be working in another genre, because
Yeah.
It's like sort of Hitchcockian in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Hitchcock without the tight story is any good, because therefore there's no, you need that tight story to create the suspense.
I get you.
Yeah.
And kind of like to get in with the characters and kind of. I mean, I again, I have my views of this film, but I get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But it needs to get you engaged so that the visuals matter. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Which is obviously Hitchcock does like amazingly well.
Yeah.
I mean, Argento has been referred to as the Italian Hitchcock,
Aye.
and I mean that might. I don't know if there's any other Italian directors that would approach the bar. I think more with Argento, it's more his set pieces that are compared to Hitchcock,
Right.
rather than the full film. To me, anyway, what I've seen of his films, anyway. Sorry.
And the other thing, the visuals in Argento, I feel they're fun, but if you're gonna go for visuals over story, I feel that they don't really have enough depth to justify that as a way of making films. There's nothing really. All these set pieces, they don't have any interest in, say, thematically, I felt, or in terms of the mise en scène. So Argento, fun, but fairly shallow.
I find, I mean, I did enjoy this film, and I do really like it. I've seen this and I've seen Deep Red, and I enjoyed them both. Coming back to what you're saying about the shallowness, I think there are scenes that work incredibly well and maybe show a bit more depth, but as part of the whole, they aren't maybe, they're like one-offs almost.
Yeah.
See, I really did enjoy this film, and watching it again with the commentary and stuff like that, I found very interesting. I find it like kind of like a proto Murder She Wrote almost.
Okay.
With the crime writer helping the police and stuff like that. It's got a nice twist at the end that that works pretty well.
One thing I can't really tell from Argento, I've only seen, how many films have I seen? Tenebrae, Bird of the Crystal Plumage, Suspiria, Terror at the Opera. I've seen most of that. I can't really tell if he's been serious.
I think he has been quite like tongue in cheek a lot of times, and kind of I mean, again, from those Argento experts on the commentaries, they seem to believe that that's kind of where he comes at a lot of things. I mean, did you hear that the quote that he gave, like with the whole Tenebrae thing? It's kind of almost autobiographical. Even, sorry. Did you hear the quote that he made about? Someone asked him about like how his women, the films seem to depict violence against women and things like that. I don't have the exact quote, but basically, I prefer to see attractive women murdered than ugly women or men. And I mean, it's basically the most quoted Argento quote apparently, but it was, these Argento experts claim that he's taking the piss. Yeah, but it's such a provocative statement the way he puts it across. And he basically says at the end of it, "I don't care what folk think about that."
Aye,
but I mean, I don't know. Like, if that's the case, then in my opinion, most of his films are kind of taking the piss a wee bit, or pushing things a wee bit. You know what I mean? To the kind of extreme of
maybe
trying to like cause controversy almost.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the problem I get with Argento, I don't sense any sort of humility in the tone of the film. I mean, when I watch a Fulci film, it's pretty over the top, but I don't feel that Fulci is saying I'm the greatest director ever.
Yeah.
I feel he's aware that of his limitations, whereas Argento, I get the impression that, look at this, it's amazing, look what I can do with this set piece. I might be wrong, but that's just what I take away from it.
I kind of get what you're saying. Do you think it's a case of maybe he believing the hype about himself almost? Because he is pretty hyped, to be fair. But I mean, I haven't seen loads of interviews with him, but I've never seen anything where he's been kind of like that. Is like kind of, I'm the best, or you know what I mean? I'm not saying that's not the case, but I don't know. I don't get that personally from him. Yeah, I mean, but I feel that there might be a case that he's overhyped and maybe he believes the hype a little bit. I would take that point definitely, but I've never felt like anything I've seen or read. Other than, I mean, some of his quotes are a bit kind of, they seem to be put out there to provoke. I think I mean, again with Tenebrae, when Peter Neal gets, is it the press conference? Press conference, even, sorry, and Tilda, like his friend, who's he studied with before, really goes for the juggler with him and asks him about, you know, like sexism and you know, like in his books and stuff. That's all stuff that he said, like he's saying he's been asked, you know what I mean, and it's kind of, he's sick and tired of being asked it. Like the whole thing, like when the part of the film when he's talking about, they go to Peter Neal after the first murder because the pages from his book were in the girl's throat, stuffed in her mouth, and he's like, do you go to, like, if someone's shot, do you go to the maker of Smith and Wesson? You know what I mean?
Aye.
And I like that kind of, and I think that's what he's trying to say with it, some of this, you know what I mean?
Aye, the thing with the commentary, Thomas Rostock, the second commentary, he seems to be going for this, suggesting that the whole film's kind of ironic, as well as that quote. But the problem I have with that is it's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy, and that if you're saying, that quote, if he is being ironic, he's admitting to being a misogynist and not admitting it.
Yeah,
he's got the best of both worlds there.
I get you.
In the film, he can say, he can put his female characters up there to be slaughtered, barely clad, being chased around. So he can do that straight up, and he's suggesting misogyny, but at the same time, he can also take a position, I'm saying, that he's being ironic and saying, look at this cliche.
I get I know what you're saying.
He can't be criticised there.
I totally get where you're coming from.
Which is kind of, it's a nonsense kind of circular logic. I
mean, I don't know enough about him, you know, to argue either way.
Yeah.
I totally see what you're saying, but again, that could be kind of said of all, like, Gilly, you know what I mean? Like, the whole genre is almost like misogynistic to an extent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if he's playing within that genre, I don't know. Like, at what extent can you say that it's purely him against the genre?
Only to the extent he's doing this ironic thing.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know what you mean.
So he's saying, "Yeah, I'm a misogynist, but you can't criticise me for it because I'm only kidding on."
But I mean, again, like, and I'm not like going, oh, like, you know, you're wrong about Argento, not at all. But I mean, like, Hollywood films in general, you generally see ugly people in films. You know what I mean? And nowadays, anyway. And if they're going to kill people, it's generally attractive young people that they kill. I mean, I guess you can't blame the guy, but like, I know what you're saying about like him saying, "Oh well, that's not really."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm only joking. I get what you're saying. But I enjoyed the film. Fuck you. Nah, I quite liked it.
No, I did enjoy it as well.
Yeah, I'm glad you you got a chance to watch the the Italian dub and things like that. I think that helps it.
Yeah.
The performances and stuff like that. The as we said before, the English dubbing ain't that great, I don't think.
The only one I quite liked, Anthony Franciosa, the main character.
Yeah, well,
did he dub his own voice?
Yes, I had like Anthony Franciosa and John Saxon. They did their own voices. I don't know about any of the other characters, but yeah, I mean I watched it first with the English dub for those reasons. I thought Anthony Franciosa did like a really good job.
Yeah,
his performance was pretty decent.
Yeah, it's one of the best things in the film.
Yeah, definitely.
Aye, the problem with English dub I had was just the fact that the accents, there was so many different accents.
Yeah.
I mean, what's going on? Like, dub in English with Italian accents.
Yeah, like when the actors are probably, I mean, as you say, like Diana Nicolodi, she spoke English for the performance.
Yeah.
Would have had an accent. And I'm sure the guy that played the police officer was the same.
Aye.
So why couldn't they just dub their own voices in?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why dub at all? It seems a bit odd.
Well, the thing with the dubbing in Italian cinema, I don't know if you know the history, why it's always been dubbed.
Right.
I think it goes back to when Mussolini was in power, and it was when sound was coming in.
Okay.
Mussolini basically said he was a big fan of cinema as a propaganda tool.
Right.
So he said he didn't want sync sound, live sound to be recorded anytime, just as a way of censorship. it's easier to control, so everything would be done post.
Right.
And then that carried on through the sound area in Italian films, like any type of film. It wasn't just like horror exploitation stuff. Even like Fellini, like the more highest like art cinema, was all dubbed. And it was just, I think it was just something that became.
Yeah.
Also the fact so it can be exported easier.
Aye. Yeah, and I can understand that. But as you say, like having like so many different accents, you know, I get, you know what I mean. Mm-hmm.
That's why I prefer the Italian dub, just because he's less disconnect. They've all got Italian accents.
Yeah.
So it's easier to buy into the world, I think.
Yeah.
It's less distracting.
Definitely. And I mean, in the Blu-ray, I found the Italian soundtrack to be a bit of better quality, actually, like with the music and things like that as well. What do you think of the score?
Yeah, I like it.
I love the score, man. It's like first time I popped in the Blu-ray, I had never seen the film before, and it hits you on the menus. It was in my head for like weeks. Like I really enjoyed it.
It's got the famous shot of the t-shirt. Through the
I mean that's one of the things they mention in the commentary. It's like, why is she even changing her clothes?
Aye,
she just heard someone whisper like filthy pervert.
I know.
Right, and then she changes her white t-shirt for a white t-shirt.
Yeah.
It seems so pointless. But I mean, again, pointless, sure, but it comes after that big like 2 minute odd like crane shot right up round the house, which I love. I thought that was amazing with the music and stuff like that. I thought that was really good. More so like because I wasn't expecting it. It was like what's he doing? And it kind of, it's almost like, what's he even doing that for? You know, it feels kind of it almost feels forced, and we're just doing it because we can. But I quite liked it.
Right.
And then it comes down and rests on the murderer clipping the window. That was quite cool.
Okay, here's the problem I have with that shot.
Right.
It's quite a cool shot.
Yes.
In itself. It's no point.
Yeah.
In the story.
No, definitely. Although, no, it doesn't have any point in the story. You're right.
You could say it's the killer scoping out the house, but it's not his POV unless he's standing in a fucking crane moving about. And I didn't know this until I'd watched the commentaries and stuff, but the cinematographer, Luciano Tivoli, had also worked on the film The Passenger.
Yes, and the final shot in that film,
Michelangelo Antonioni.
Yeah.
He's one of my favourite directors. And it's got, I think it's a longer, I think it's 2 minutes something.
Sure.
And it's a longer tracking shot, crane shot at the end.
Apparently Argento loves that film.
Yeah.
So
and in that film, the shot's important because the film's all about Jack Nicholson's identity.
Sure.
A lot of Antonioni's films are about identity, and so the shot has some relevance to the story. So I feel what Argento's done here is just say, oh, that's a cool shot, I want to do that.
See, to me, like it comes across like do we hear that? That's before we hear the filthy pervert line, but like the girls, Tilda and a lover, like they have like an argument before that. She goes, a lover goes upstairs, and we don't know this at this point, but puts on music. Yeah, we eventually find out that's what the sound when the soundtrack comes in, quite like that. You know, that it goes from being a soundtrack to being actual music. So to me, it's almost like we're kind of waiting. It's like the kind of whole Hitchcock thing, building the suspense, because we kind of know something's going to happen, right? We kind of reckon at this point we're kind of thinking these characters are probably something's going to happen to them. We wouldn't have stayed with them otherwise. So when it switches to that outside the window, and it's almost like it's looking for the killer. You know, it's almost like us kind of at the state we're in, kind of waiting for something to happen, and that's what the camera's almost doing. It's kind of it's not the killer, but it's almost looking for the next thing that's going to happen. You know what I mean? The next murder. It's like searching. It's kind of taking the place of us, kind of like in our kind of state of awareness, looking for where's the next thing going to come from. You know what I mean? Because we've had the first murder already. We're waiting for the next thing.
Yeah.
So this like 2 minute like crane shot is like kind of it's building suspense because after it starts, you're like, why is he even doing this? You know what I mean? So it plays into that, and then when we rest down and we see the killer and clips the window, that's the kind of payoff.
Yeah.
I mean, I get what you're saying story wise. I thought it worked quite well that way.
Yeah.
And it definitely felt like you know something's gonna happen, but you don't know when it's gonna happen. And because it goes on for so long, you almost get made. It's the whole thing we were talking about, like Dutch angles. You know, it makes you feel uneasy.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's not the smoothest crane shot. Even apparently did like 10 times or something like that.
Right.
To get it for safety, but like it's not. You know, there's some judder there. You know what I mean? So it's not the kind of smoothest crane shot I've ever seen, but I think it makes you feel uneasy and kind of. wondering why he's even doing it.
Aye.
And then when we fall into the killer's hands, I think it kind of get almost like a release because you know something's going to happen now.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's.
I just felt it's like an excuse to get away from the story in a way. To think I can do this shot and just stick Goblin's music over it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that kind of shorthand. It's just, I mean, even though the shot itself is a difficult shot, I just feel like it's
they said that the script called for like you see the house and like the killer's a shadow passing through the house, turning off all the lights or something, or extinguishing the lights. So I mean, it does feel like, as you say, it's quite a complicated shot to get from that direction in the script. So I don't know. Maybe it comes from the whole kind of try to be artier than he maybe is, but I liked it. I thought it worked pretty well, and say with that the music, I think it works really well. But that's the thing I find a bit like Argento's films, like watching Deep Red. There's a lot of parts of that are quite disturbing, right, and quite creepy. Because before I was just before he went on to like Suspiria and things like that, takes kind of more supernatural stuff. So there's a few kind of elements, not supernatural, but like they feel as if they could go that way sometimes. But then this like kind of goblin music comes in, like you know, kind of synthesized and stuff like that, and it totally kind of takes me out of it a wee bit. Like, you know, it works for the film, but it if they had something a wee bit more like kind of like a score that was a wee bit more scary, it would work. Like it would be a lot scarier, the film. You know, there's a few moments in Deep Red where I was quite uncomfortable and I thought something's going to happen here, quite this, you know, kind of creepy or whatever. And then this music comes in and I'm like, I feel safe again. Okay. It's kind of almost works against it,
right,
visually. But then that might be the whole ironic thing that he's going for.
Aye.
You know, you get these quite kind of disturbing, creepy images, and then they're like firing this kind of, I don't know, 80s prog.
Yeah.
Like,
there's some really bad use of music in Terror at the Opera.
Right.
I don't know if it sounds like Iron Maiden or something.
Right.
Or I don't know if it is Iron Maiden. But any murder scene, he fires that on it.
Right.
And it's like, as soon as I thought, oh fuck, that has to be done with that. It's like totally takes you out the world of the film.
Yeah.
It's a really terrible choice.
I think it works in Tenebrae. Like, whereas like I like Deep Red, but that definitely took me out of some of the creepier stuff that was going to happen. Where in Tenebrae it worked, I felt, for it, because I don't know, the music, I prefer the soundtrack to Tenebrae. I think it has some creepy moments in it anyway, you know what I mean, the music, but definitely it's kind of, his use of music's definitely kind of all over the place.
Sure, after that, the first murder, second murder, I feel like he's thought of, it'll be cool to see somebody's face peeking through a t-shirt that's been cut open, and he thought, right, I'm going to build something around that image. Yeah,
and I mean, it is a cool image. I mean, I thought it was quite not something I've seen before. But yeah, it's a bit kind of, why is she even changing her top?
Yeah, it's contrived to the point you do think about it, I feel. Unless you, that's the thing, I just going along with it. It's silly, but I'm just playing along. Which I can accept, but it should be noted.
Yeah, I mean,
and then the murderer's just there. Where'd they come from? Like he was breaking in, but she takes the t-shirt off and she puts the other one on. Then he's there.
I know exactly what's happened. He's been clipping that window, and then thought, oh fuck, the door's open. And just fired in the door. That's what's happened. No, I know it's it definitely feels like it was put, like much like you're saying, the whole the tracksuit in the bag. It's put in for the payoff, and that's the only reason it's put in. Yeah. I mean, I did think the shot with the t-shirt was pretty striking, but like I think he could have got there better.
Yeah, it's one of the images. It's cool. It's a nice image, but it's none to say in a grander scale about the story or the themes, really. Then the next one, the other, the partner. That was a bit shit.
Yeah, I thought the image of the light bulb getting taken out with the razor was kind of cool, but
see, he just stabbed it though.
I know, come on, can't do it. It's the 80s. You know what I mean? You've seen some fucking 80s films, like the effects. But no, when he chases up the stairs, it's a bit.
It just seems it kind of slashed her, and then she fell down.
Yeah, I quite like the image, the poster image. You know, the finishing kind of where she ends up through the glass and the stairs. Thought that was quite a nice image, but yeah. It was a bit kind of a poor murder.
Did you find the editing was a bit awkward in that scene?
In that scene, yeah, when he was upstairs, definitely. Yeah,
felt like cutting at weird angles, right angles, and it cuts. It's like breaks the axis. Like I can't remember the shot. The last shot is our head through the window.
Sure.
Then the cut from that to the one before, I felt was really jarring.
Yeah,
Can't remember exactly what the shot was.
I know what you mean.
But I don't know if he's sometimes a bit sloppy.
Maybe.
Technically.
I mean, I don't know if like how much did he. I didn't even check to see did he edit the film.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, so I mean, I don't,
Right.
is that his fault? Is that the editor's fault? I mean, I'm just not being the eternal defend of Argento, but somebody's got to, because you're attacking him like a bitch. No, but I thought it was quite nice when before she gets murdered, when she comes down and she sees Tilda in the room, but she's in the mirror. So that was quite a kind of cool shot.
Yeah, and the nudity. It's the thing, like in the commentary, Thomas Rostock saying that Argento's playing on the cliches. Is like he's pointing out the irony, as we said before. It's like, it's like,
is it ironic if
it's a self-fulfilling thing?
Yeah,
it's being both ironic and misogynist. But
I mean, they say this is. I mean, again, not having seen lots of his films, this is at that point anyway was the most nudity he'd had in his films.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. It does feel like it's I mean, you see her in the earlier scene when they're in the bar talking, and she got that really low cut top on, and her boobs almost out there. So it feels like it was like, oh well, it was almost out there. Let's get it out proper.
Yeah. It's the thing with nudity is there's nothing wrong with nudity in itself or sexuality in itself, but it depends how it's is it portrayed for male viewers. It's a sort of example of like the male gaze. Do you know this idea? Laura Mulvey, how traditional cinema narrative is always from the point of view of the male. The male's always the protagonist, and we see that point of view, and the female are always passive characters, and they're objectified as objects of desire from the male perspective. This film is definitely one, but it's interesting because with slasher films, there's the theory, Carol Clover, Men, Women and Chainsaws. Right. She argues that slasher films kind of reverse the gender roles in a way, because you have the serial killer protagonist who is often a male but a feminised male in a sense. Think of like Leatherface, but then the female character is our hero.
Yes,
they're sort of they're emasculated in the sense that they can they save themselves, and it's the idea of the final girl, which can be played. It can be seen both ways. The final girl, it's quite interesting. And in one sense, it is misogynist in the sense it's a scantily clad girl being chased around. With Halloween, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the final girl is able to save herself. She doesn't have to rely on a male hero coming in to save her.
But Nightmare on Elm Street.
Aye.
It works because she basically goes and buys self-defense booklets.
Right.
Or books, whatever. And kind of sets up like traps throughout the house. And it is basically her that saves the day in that one, I would say. You know, she sets up the kind of Home Alone-esque house of traps for Freddy. But I would say, I know what you're saying, I get what you're saying. I mean, it is important, I suppose, that they at least survive, and now they kind of, you know, they continue on.
Aye. In Tenebrae, the female characters are just there to be killed off.
Yeah, I mean, when we first met the character Tilda, I thought she was maybe going to be a bit more. Because she seemed a bit more, less shallow, because she was kind of having a bit of, you know, something to say to the main character, like, you know what I mean? But I get what you're saying.
Aye.
Eventually they can all become fodder.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose you've got your final girl and the Anne character.
Well, yeah, she's the one that survives, but she's not none of the female characters are developed at all.
No. The scene where the young girl comes and like tries to like get his hot water going.
Yeah.
Did you find that was a bit pointless, wasn't it? Like, and I felt quite uncomfortable actually, because there's a bit where she brushes up against him and he looks very like, I don't know, a bit kind of creepy. Yeah, the water thing. She doesn't seem to know where the water thing is. No. I mean, I don't understand why she's been sent to the room.
Aye. And she doesn't look like...
It's maybe just to introduce the character.
A gay eye. And she's definitely not dressed for plumbing.
No, definitely no. As I mean, it's the whole thing. It's like you're saying. I'm noticing with the kind of you're saying about the character, the plot points almost getting introduced for the payoff. Because the whole thing comes next with her with the murder scene and everything like that.
Yeah.
Like if we hadn't had the introduction to her in that scene, which is completely pointless, and she doesn't really further the story at all. Her character.
No, the water thing. The Rostock says that's one of the major themes.
I didn't see that at all when I watched it, man. Like I watching it back and you see the kind of the Peter Neal struggle. Like, you don't know it's him. You think it's the killer as far as we know. Like struggling and having the flashbacks.
Aye.
And just because he drinks, like he takes the 2 pills with the water.
Aye. Looking through it, he does use that motif with Neil. But it's one of the sort of such rudimentary symbolism. It's like,
but I mean, yeah, sorry, yep.
So kind of juvenile and trying to be really clever, but it's one of the most obvious things you can do to like. Right, you need to add depth to your script. Use motifs, duality, the two meanings.
I mean, and you can kind of like say, well, it doesn't almost work because we go to, it's after like Tilda and her lover get like murdered and he's taking the pictures, the killer's taking the pictures of the scene, and then it skips to his like workshop with like the photos and stuff like that.
Aye.
And then he's running the razor under the water. So they have like quite a big. I mean, I really like that shot, just of the the razor with the blood in it. So that's like quite a big like kind of water scene.
Yeah.
That isn't actually connected to Peter Neal at all. You know what I mean?
Aye.
So it's kind of like, but then that's the only kind of water scene really connected to that killer. You know what I mean?
Aye.
So to me, that kind of threw that into kind of contention because it doesn't really work then.
Yeah, it doesn't work for me. But you may remember when we were talking about the Beyond.
Yes.
I mentioned that water was a nice visual element. I liked it in the Beyond. So you may call me a hypocrite, but
no, and, because I think like we could see that from just watching the Beyond.
Yeah,
and it was quite clear. I mean, I don't need to remind you, but they even came in boats to that Flaming Hotel, and it was a perfectly good road, Gary. But
see, why I prefer that, I think that works better, is that Fulci is quite subtle about it, and he's no. Again, why I say I prefer Fulci, I get a humility. I don't feel that Fulci's saying I'm incredibly clever by using water as a motif. Maybe it's just I'm biased against Argento, maybe, but I did feel that. Like,
I mean, I can kind of some elements I can totally see your point. Some I think maybe you're out, but I don't know. I don't know if you're biased. No, I don't mean biased, but I can see what you mean by that.
I'm trying not to be, but sometimes you don't know.
No, definitely. But they're definitely valid points. Definitely. But I mean, I didn't get that from until I listened to that commentary. I'd never picked that up at all. But the water, he's drinking water.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, he doesn't put that into the mise en scène in any substantial way. It's totally just thrown away. He walks into the bar and somebody gives him a glass of water. It's nothing. It's like if you want to use water as a key symbolic element, you have to kind of do something better.
Yeah,
gotta be better.
That's what I mean.
But
so we meet the young girl. I mean, again, come to turn on his hot water.
Aye. Yeah, this death scene's probably the most annoying, just because it's so thrown in there. It's so unnecessary.
Again, some of the imagery I quite liked.
Right.
Like with the dog. What was that? I mean, that's so random, right? But like, when we see it like chasing her across the kind of almost like the horizon, you know what I mean? Okay. Like, I thought it worked quite well. But why is it there? You know what I mean? Why is she being chased by this dog? And she just so happens to get chased into the killer's home. The killer sets off to go out and kill looks like a prostitute. And he forgets his keys in the door. Oh man, what didn't it?
Yeah.
I once locked my door and put my key through the letterbox when I take the dog out for a walk.
Yeah, these serial killers, they're meant to be methodical. They're meant to know exactly what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's kind of portrayed as obsessive.
Aye.
I mean, when we actually meet the actual, well, the first killer, in the interview with him and Peter Neal, he's very kind of, he's an obsessive fan. I mean, that's what the inspiration's taken for the story from Argento, is like an obsessive fan that's kind of stalking him. But he leaves his keys in the door.
Rookie error. What's this guy doing?
I mean, he kind of locks the door and kind of leaves him sitting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. It seemed a bit odd. I wasn't sure if he was leading them there when I first watched it, for a quick get back in.
Yeah.
But he gets to like he gets to see that, and he sees the prostitute across the street, and then like you see him kind of feel for his pocket, and he's like, "Fuck!" He totally clutches his hand and clenches his fist, and it's like, oh. As I say, we've all done it, Gary.
Yeah. So
the young girl gets chased into the killer's, well, he's like basement, I guess. By the dog. I mean, the dog, like, you think the dog was like the killer, wouldn't you? Like, it kind of totally chases her down into the bay and like puts up that kind of the window that appears there. Again, quite cool imagery if it was like a film about an evil dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, Cujo or something like that.
Yeah.
That scene, had it been set up better, would have worked quite well. Had that been like had it been a slasher film and that being the kind of last girl, that kind of that's almost quite at home in a slasher film.
Okay.
But here, because the character's such a kind of throwaway character,
yeah,
it seems a bit odd.
Aye.
And she starts grabbing all this stuff.
Yeah, she's taking some evidence.
Yeah, like I mean, like, again, the scene when she's come down the stairs, turns on the light bulb and stuff like that. Again, quite nice looking. You know what I mean? It all kind of works cinematography wise. But they're saying in the commentary that that's meant to show that she's not as innocent and naive as you first think, because she's got the wits to gather up all the photos and stuff like that and stuff them in her like miniskirt.
Yeah.
And then she goes up into the guy's house, and then this is where we can kind of get a picture of the killer, kind of see him a wee bit, and he chases her through the house.
Aye.
She runs out the door, knocks his razor out his hand, so he goes after the axe next.
Gets the axe, yeah.
I mean, and then he kills her with the axe. There's the scene where, I think it's before that murder actually, where Peter Neal is being interviewed by the guy, but is it Bertie?
Yeah.
Who eventually turns out to be the first killer.
Uh-huh.
I thought that was quite cool seeing them once you know once you know it all ends, seeing them two together. Yeah. Because you kind of think this guy's a bit fanatical, and he's kind of taken from the book more than what Peter Neal's saying, and Peter Neal's basically saying like it's a book. You know what I mean? It's no real. You know what I mean? He's kind of, but then you find it's almost like the double bluff. It's like you find out that really it's kind of inspired almost by like real life events. So you know what I mean? So it isn't just a book, necessarily. So it's a kind of it's quite a cool scene seeing the two killers together. Yeah. Even though like, Peter Neal at this point isn't the killer. It's kind of like a passing the torch almost. Aye.
That's one thing that's quite interesting about the film. I quite like how it's playing on the idea of how detective stories are meant to kind of play out, in a sense that an author of detective fiction starts to write his own story in reality. Becoming a murderer.
Yeah, I mean it's
quite interesting.
Yeah, it's quite a cool spin on the like, art imitating life, imitating art. You know, it's kind of you think it's life imitating art, but then it's actually art that's been inspired by life. You know, it's quite a cool thing. So like Peter Neal basically reckons he's figured it out, right, and thinks this Bertie guy, the guy who's interviewing him for the TV show interview. So they go to his house to kind of stake it out. And they kind of split up, don't they? He goes and kind of to one of the big windows and sees Bertie, who then we realise kind of is the killer. And he kind of turns around shocked, seeing someone that he knows, and says, I killed them. I think it's an axe through the head.
So I can't even remember. What does Peter say? Does he like go off on his own?
I think I can't quite remember actually.
I can't remember. It's weird that they get separated.
And
So
it sends him off, and then like someone breaks the window and stuff like that, and he shits
aye,
himself.
he's looking through a massive
Yes,
glass window
yeah.
at somebody getting an axe through their head, and he doesn't see who the murderer
Who
is.
does it? No.
He doesn't think to listen. Obviously, there's a bit there he can't see, but he doesn't go, I wonder who that is.
To be fair, would you do that? You know what I mean? You're like, oh,
I think I would.
But then, like, you're gonna get seen by the killer, and he's gonna maybe axe you.
Maybe.
I mean,
he throws a
the way
rope
the
through
guy
the window
reacts
as
later
well.
on, I mean, like, I think he's pretty traumatized by it. You know what I mean? He shits himself,
Yeah.
and he runs back to Peter Neal, who's been taken out by a rock. Like, and he's got a bloody head and stuff. And I mean, did he have time to get back and
Well,
knock himself in the
did,
head with the rock? Apparently so. They get back in the car and stuff like that, and he's like asking him what he's seen.
Mm.
I mean, how did the ending come? Again, I guess we'll come to the ending, but did it come as a shock to you? The ending, like the kind of the revelation of the second killer. To me, like first time I watched it, I wasn't sure how much of a truth what it was in, if Bertie was the killer or not, or if that was a kind of one of those things where, you know, they think they've figured it out and then they haven't figured it out. So I wasn't sure if it was him, you know, who'd killed everyone. I knew that was his house, and it was the same house that the girl had been kind of killed in, but the way that it's played, it wasn't clear to me until the end that it definitely was a second killer.
Yeah. I think the first time I watched it, I didn't really know what a lot was going on. I couldn't really follow the red herrings and stuff. I had to watch it. It took a second viewing to get it all. I think the two killers is quite interesting because it plays into the themes of duality and the doppelganger thing. You could also say it's kind of a cheap trick on the audience for a murder mystery. Because you're never going to guess.
I guess so.
I think Newman points it out.
It's quite cool having the kind of character who we have most of the point of view from the whole film, right from the beginning. I should also mention that Peter Neal's supposedly stalker-esque ex-wife, who seems to be like driving about his house, his hotel room every half hour of that, is having an affair with his manager.
Yes.
And apparently doesn't really care that much for Peter Neal. Like, I mean, they said in the commentary, when the commentary, it's actually him that's more of a stalker on her. It, you know, initially appears that she's kind of stalking him and kind of obsessed with him, but then she goes to, like, she's having it off with his manager. And isn't he that bothered with him, really?
Yeah, aye. Never quite thought of that angle. That makes sense. Because obviously he's wanting revenge. He kills the two of them.
I know, like, that's quite a cool scene with the John Saxon thing. Like,
when she was in the cupboard.
No, yeah, that, but when he gets killed.
Oh, right.
We kind of missed that, but like...
Aye, it's not bad.
Again, that seems like a kind of fairly Hitchcockian setup.
Yeah.
You know, like the actual setup of it, the kind of the couple arguing in the distance and stuff like that. It just seems a lot of little kind of things that just are colour in this scene that don't really necessarily matter.
Yeah.
But again, the story isn't held on this one scene, if you know what I mean. But
yeah, the problem with that, I felt it was kind of Hitchcock by the numbers. As if it's like just copied it.
Aye.
But again, maybe I'm being too harsh. In another film, I would say, oh, that's a nice Hitchcockian style scene.
And then there's the other red herring, the Jane, his ex-wife, Peter Neal's ex-wife, receives the red shoes from the flashbacks that we have. We haven't spoken about the flashbacks yet. Shall we move on to themes?
Argento, I don't think he gets anywhere with the misogyny thing because he's doing both.
Yeah,
he's kind of trying to get himself off the hook,
but
by admitting it that that's a criticism of him, but he doesn't explore the theme, and he ends up being just repeating himself again, like in the same way.
I guess
doesn't he really make any grand statements about misogyny within the genre? I don't think.
I mean, to me, like, I don't know if he's specifically targeting misogyny in this, you know, his stance, whether he's a misogynist or not. Like, I was maybe taken from it the fact that just because he has these kind of crazy, like, murderous stories, thoughts, whatever that he creates, doesn't mean that he is crazy and murderous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he kind of, I mean, again, he's kind of, using the Peter Neal character as that kind of metaphor for himself, then he does turn out to be a murderer.
Yeah.
So I know what you're, I know, but I don't know. I guess I just took from it he's saying like it's only a fucking film,
Right.
You know what I mean? That just because I've made it doesn't mean the whole. As I say, the whole kind of. You go and see the guy that made Smith and Wesson guns,
Sure,
just because someone gets killed by one. And it kind of feeds back into our whole like talk about films influencing people. People saying that that's why they murder people.
Aye.
You know what I mean? Do you then go to the person that made the film and blame them? Not really, because it's. You know what I mean? It still takes someone else to do shit. You know what I mean?
Aye.
Guns don't kill people. Rappers do. So do the police, you know.
Aye.
You know what I'm saying?
Overall, kind of Argento's having fun with that theme, but interestingly, it was actually informed by real violence.
Yes.
When he was in LA or something.
LA, he was staying at a hotel and there was a drive-by shooting.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of, you said that quite frightened. Well, that kind of led to his story, like, you know, the kind of the meaningless.
Yeah.
Like, you could almost understand people killing for money or, like, you know, revenge, something like that, even though you can't necessarily condone it.
Yeah.
But, like, when people kill for no reason at all, it's pretty scary and kind of random.
Yeah. Obviously, real life is always more violent than art, no matter what the haters, the censors.
And I mean that kind of like, with the film, the first killer seems to be like the kind of random violence. The kind of like, okay, he has his reason, but there's no specific gain to him to do what he's doing.
Yeah.
Whereas with the Peter Neal murders, it appears to be more kind of crimes of passion. You know, and kind of saving his skin a wee bit. One of the things I was going to bring up was, I meant to bring this up actually earlier, but you're saying about obviously like the lack of story. It's more visual. I mean, the comment in the commentary is saying that the genre of giallo is usually more visual than story driven.
Okay.
Again, that kind of, for me, I get where they come from, and I'd like to be able to say like that, defend it and say. I mean, I kind of said about the whole kind of restrictions of the genre, almost not restrictions, but playing into that. But then thinking of where the giallo comes from, you know, the kind of the pulp stories, you know, the yellow printed books in Italy and stuff. I mean, I don't know, like how. I guess descriptive wise, you could say it's more visual, but like you know, you think that these pulp stories would have to have a strong story, for the kind of murder mystery or thriller, crime thriller.
Well, I don't know. It depends, because they were like really cheap novels, so it may just be like kind of exploitation thrills, and they're really solid narrative. I
mean, looking at something like Bay of Blood and stuff like that. I mean, I think this is head and shoulders above that. Story wise, even though you know. Take whom you will from the story, but I don't know. I think that's an important point to make, that if that is then the restrictions of the giallo genre, then I guess Argento could be considered a master of that, at least at this point with Tenebrae. At that point in his career, they're never really going to be heralded as masters of cinema to the levels of some like Hitchcock and stuff like that. So maybe it's like the kind of the B movie version. You know what I mean? Maybe that's where the kind of, you know, it comes from. That's
love. Interesting. With directors who want to focus on the visual style over narrative, I would say what I said before: don't do a movie like this. Do something like it's really character based, like impressionistic, like Terrence Malick, where you can throw in on the screen and you're no concerned with the story. You're about creating emotion and feelings and stuff like that. Or something like Robert Bresson, who he has no concern with character motivation or psychology. You don't really know why characters are doing stuff in his films. He just he's a pure visual storyteller. But if you're gonna, if it's true that all giallo sources are really kind of stories that are all over the place, maybe it's unfair to criticise Argento in that way. But I do feel though that Suspiria is kind of the same.
Right.
Have you seen it?
No.
All right. That's. I mean, I think all these films are like that. Even if no giallo, there's no consistent story.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's it's an interesting thing to think about.
I mean, I know in like Tenebrae and stuff like that. I mean, Tenebrae literally means like darkness or shadows. Yeah. So to contrast that, loads of there's loads of light in the film.
That's interesting.
It's so like, well, it's like almost like overblown lighting, even in the night scenes.
Aye.
Which again adds to the kind of whole white versus red of like the murders and things like that. So I guess that's a visual style. And I mean, the cinematographer says that was on Argento's instruction, that he wanted it to be like bathed in light.
Yeah.
Like, as if there was nowhere to escape from being seen, nowhere to hide. So it feels like he has a lot of good ideas for themes, but maybe the execution, collaborating with the story. Like again, he has an idea for a theme, and it's almost like he'll write a scene or a character in, or a plot point to execute that theme, without any like looking at the rest of the story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the girl getting chased into the house.
Aye.
It works quite well as a scene, but maybe not from this film. It needed more, or if that was one of the main characters or something like that. You know what I mean? But obviously thought that would look pretty cool, and it's quite a nice visual. And there's some of the parts when she goes into the house and stuff like that work pretty well. But why is it there? It definitely seems like he has better ideas than he manages to execute to me. But saying that, as I say, I still found the film pretty fun.
Yeah.
And I think if you don't look too deep into it, I think that's maybe the problem with Argento. He's so heavily hyped.
Yeah.
That you can't just go into his film like you would like a Fulci film and just watch it for what it is.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And be kind of watch it like nice and shallow.
Yeah.
And then like kind of pick some depth out of it, because it's like, the Italian Hitchcock.
Yeah.
It's a mixed bag. Marmite, you like him or you don't like him. I haven't seen enough of his films to know whether I like him in general. I just know that I do like Tenebrae. I enjoyed it. I've seen Deep Red. I liked that as well. I've got a few other films I need to. I've got that I haven't watched yet. Just one of those things, isn't it?
Aye.
I think it's the first time we've properly kind of not properly disagreed, but kind of had such different views on the film.
Aye. It was a film I would watch again. I think that's how to watch it though. What you're saying, because I do have problems with his style, but if you don't be too critical, I just enjoy it. It's fun. It's really funny. Like I laughed a lot.
Yeah, like the bit where the traumatized young boy drives through the drives through the traffic, and Neil gives it the kind of Dick Van Dyke look.
That's classic. Yeah.
The bit where the female cop runs out onto the street looking for the killer on the payphone. And she's just standing in the middle of the street, and all of a sudden a swerving car comes out of nowhere, crashes into a tree or something. Like, it's so pointless. Like, they're saying that it's commenting on the Italian driving, but
Right.
but I think it is. It's kind of, if it was more like, if it was put up against something like Island of Death, right, and like kind of, you weren't thinking, this is going to be like from the Italian Hitchcock, or this kind of auteur, then I think it's more acceptable in that level, amongst that kind of level of film.
Yeah,
it's far more acceptable. It's kind of like, if you think about the way we were going to Bay of Blood, you'd heard that Mario Bava was quite, interested, and Bay of Blood was a really good film. And that's why we were so disappointed by it. Just hyped out of the way. But in conclusion, I liked it, and you didn't really like it that much. You thought it was alright.
And see, I had serious problems with that commentary. The second one, Thomas Rostock, he seems to think this guy is absolutely incredible, like incredible in every level, thematically, in terms of his craft. And I was perplexed.
He did seem, and it sounds like he had a lot of prepared notes, kind of like written, like almost like a script.
Aye.
Like when he was reading it sounded very prepared. Which to me, like as you say, it's kind of affording the guy maybe a lot more prestige than he's really needing. You know what I mean? I mean,
that one scene he was going off on, the first scene in the hotel room where the detective comes in. He was going off about the blocking and the composition of the shot. 5
characters in the shot and stuff.
Did it look good to you?
I mean, it didn't look particularly pleasing, but skill as a feat to get those 5 characters. That blocking, it was quite. It was well executed. but it wasn't a well execution of an amazing shot.
Yeah, it wasn't that interesting. Like,
Aye, that's what I
they're
mean.
all mostly in one plane.
The fact that is the feat of managing to keep everyone's faces in the frame,
Aye,
even when they switched angle.
yeah.
Again, it's a skillful thing.
I mean, it wasn't
but-
terrible. I think I wouldn't have I'd thought twice about it until he had like,
Yeah,
pointed
aye,
out it's
yeah,
been amazing.
Yeah.
But I mean, have you seen any Akira Kurosawa movies? He's like a master
Right.
of like blocking out scenes in really interesting ways. 'Cause he uses a lot of like telephoto lenses. Like High and Low. Watch is a similar scene set in a apartment in that film. And that's a masterpiece of like composition.
Even something like Hitchcock's Rope. You know what I mean? Like, that's something that's that whole. I mean, I love that film, but that really stood out to me. That's masterful to me. The way that he managed. And I know you don't maybe get like all the characters on the screen at one point, but that's again seems like something he's doing it just for the sake of doing it. To say, look what I've done here, but yeah, it never really stood out to me before he mentioned it.
Aye.
But he was drawing loads out of the film, like the kind of using all the reflection shots and stuff like that, and it's like,
aye.
like I mean, he was mentioning that in the whole mirrored doppelganger theme, and then we're coming up to that first bit where his ex-wife steps out of the phone booth in the airport, and I thought surely he's not going to mention that wee mirrored shot there, like we see someone walking past like the outside of the glass, and he totally says about it.
Aye.
And I thought, it's reaching, is it not reaching a wee bit?
It seems that way. But did he get his final closing paragraph? Like what he basically says at the end?
I did hear it, but I don't really remember.
He talks himself into like a complete ludicrous position.
Right.
He's basically saying, yeah, Argento, he's really complex, but the complex is incredibly superficial. If you look too hard, you won't see it anymore.
Yeah,
it's like a magic trick.
Yeah.
So he's basically an incredibly complex director, but you can't see it. Just have to take my word for it. if you analyse the film, you'll not see it, but it's there. It's a genius.
I mean, like thinking about these people who are these like supposed Argento experts.
Aye.
Does it maybe feel a wee bit like he didn't have one expert? So like, what else? I'll have to be an expert at somebody. I'll be an expert at somebody, and you know what I mean? Like, because like there's so many people who talk about like Hitchcock and all the big directors and things like that. Then it almost feels like I have to latch on to somebody.
Aye.
You know, I don't know.
That basically put me into a rage. Yeah.
So therefore, it's almost them that's kind of hyping him up.
Maybe.
And it's like, that's why I'm an expert in Argento.
Aye.
You know what I mean? Because he's amazing. Trust me.
Interesting, like compared with Alan Jones and Kim Newman, I found that interesting because they were just criticising the film.
Yeah.
In the same way, like they were just pointing out all the massive plot holes and stuff. And at the end, I thought, I don't know why you like this film so much.
I guess it's just the kind of fun factor.
Yeah, I guess it must be.
It's quite a easy film to watch if you don't. I guess what Rostock's saying kind of works a wee bit. I mean, if you don't, I'm not saying it's incredibly complex, but if you manage to not look too deep on it, you can enjoy it. But he's obviously he's saying that it's much more advanced than it is.
Aye. Like, how did you feel about the POV shots? Do you think they were well executed?
Not really. Like I thought I liked the kind of glide cam that they had when the young girl when they was chasing her out of the house, stuff like that. That worked okay.
They were weird because they weren't really a POV because a lot of time the camera's looking at the floor.
Yeah,
the street.
I don't
walk
that? Like that, no.
And then sometimes it had some kind of awkward cutting. Particularly when he kills the girl in the dream sequence. You get a POV of the woman, and then he cuts down to a knife, cuts back, kind of jerky movement.
Yeah, it does seem a bit kind of odd. Guess I could maybe excuse that, and if it is a dream sequence, but you could say that might, because you know how in dreams you often see yourself doing stuff that you don't necessarily see it from your point of view. But I don't know. It wasn't.
Aye.
Wasn't terrible, but it wasn't particularly well executed, I don't think. So this was on the 39 Video Nasties.
Final 39.
This was prosecuted.
Aye.
I mean, it's really crazy when you think. I mean, when you honestly look at it, it is just a slightly more bloody and violent Murder She Wrote. It is. I mean, that's literally what it is with it.
Aye.
Only thing is, Jessica Fletcher actually did it at the end. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's incredibly tame now. Even at the time.
Aye.
I mean,
like Murder She Wrote was like 2 years after this film when it first came out. So, I mean, it's just Murder She Wrote without only Murder She Wrote doesn't show you the murders usually. You know what I mean? You just kind of get the body.
aye.
I mean, that's really what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, what were you get some of the cuts there?
Aye. If you want to check this out, you can go to melonfarmers.com and get all this information there. So, 1983, its cinema release was cut by 4 seconds. It's basically
1983.
Aye.
Sorry, I think you said 1983 there.
Basically from the arm chopping scene.
Yes.
I think.
5 seconds.
4 seconds.
4 seconds.
Yeah. And then the version that became the Video Nasty was released by Video Media, and that was the cut theatrical version again. And then 1999, Nouveau Pictures released it, but the BBFC cut it by an extra second.
Yes,
Because they couldn't release an obscene video of something that had been classified as actually obscene. So that was a second from the metal when he gets Peter Neal gets impaled at the end, I think. And then finally 2003, it was released by Anchor Bay uncut, and then Arrow Films after that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see any reason for this film to be like considered still a nasty. Like, you know, we were talking about, like, are they considered? There's no way this is worthy. You know what I mean? I don't think anyone would watch this nowadays and think it's obscene or anything out of the ordinary. You know what I mean?
Okay, so that's Tenebrae done.
Yeah.
So what's next, Simon?
Now let's move on to random shit, where we discuss, amongst other things, random shit. Gary, any news this week?
Right, a couple of things. First thing is about these things.
Stop rustling.
Studio Canal Collection.
Yes.
I've got a couple of these nice editions. I don't know what the actual name of this is.
What do you mean?
It's like a Blu-ray book, except it doesn't have the pages.
It's like
Does that have an official
kind
name?
of like a digibook, but it's not.
Aye.
I have seen the one you're holding before, the Mulholland Drive one.
Yeah.
Before, and I had considered getting it. I wasn't sure what they were kind of like, the packaging and stuff like that. So.
Well, see, this might be, people out there might know this news, but I just came across it the other day. I think it's been brewing for a couple of weeks, and it seems all these editions are going out of print.
Right.
They've got like 12 films in the collection, and it seems they're moving to just like Amaray cases.
Right.
Which is a bitch.
Total, aye.
Because these are really beautiful editions. I first noticed it. I had the Elephant Man on my Amazon wish list.
Yeah,
and I noticed on Amazon it was saying last week, currently unavailable.
Right.
And I thought, that's weird. Then I went on to play.com and they still had it in stock.
Sure.
And then the other day, a couple of marketplace versions of Elephant Man turned up, like £100. And I'm thinking, oh shit, this is bad. It looks like it must be going out of print. So I ordered one from play.com, but it looks like they don't actually have it. It says awaiting stock.
Right.
So it looks like they've got it up there for sale, but it's not actually for sale. So Amazon has stock of some of them, but it looks like they're just in the last few. So if you're listening and you want these editions and you don't know they're going out of print, try and get them ASAP. I've bought a bunch just in the last few days.
Where did you get that one from?
I bought this from play.com years ago though. This is the one actually, if you want this, this is the one that's hardest to find. It seems one of the ones. Cause
that was actually one of the ones that I was planning to get, but I wasn't sure, is it out in the States in Blu-ray?
No,
because I wasn't sure what the Studio Canal, I think we discussed the Studio Canal stuff before, but I wasn't sure what the quality was in the releases. I hadn't seen that. Generally
decent. Some are, so this is a fairly soft transfer felt, but I don't know how crisp it was meant to look.
Right, I get
in
you.
the cinematography and
It's
stuff.
kind of a dreamy feel about the whole film, isn't there? That's a shame. I mean,
going to say that there's some you can get. There's discshop.se, which is a Swedish website.
right.
They've still got some in stock, but it's the Scandinavian editions, but they're exactly the same as the English editions, but they have a slipcover which you can take off. It's got like Scandinavian, like Swedish shit on it. So I've ordered the Elephant Man from there. I got it for, it was £10, but I had to pay £10 shipping.
Right.
It's a bit of a bitch, but I'm not going to pay £100 for it.
No, I mean you could make your money back and buy it again.
I know, hopefully.
Potentially.
So I ordered another few. Breathless, Pierre Le Fou, The Graduate, and Last Year at Marienbad, because I do want these.
Yeah.
It's a bitch, man. It seems like everything now is going out of print. There's a bad run at the moment with the Arrow limited editions. If you want them, you have to get them. You better get them. I was thinking, I wonder if it was due to the fact that these editions were more expensive to produce, and it was like the sort of demise of physical media. Studio Canal saying, right, we'll just make a cheaper edition. But see, some of the Amaray versions are up on Play.com and they're the same price.
I mean,
so
but I guess for the same price, then they're going to make more money off them if it costs them less.
Well, that's
less
true.
To produce. But
I guess.
I mean, I don't. It's like the Arrow thing, and I can understand it, but like, I would buy that Mulholland Drive version you've got there, right? I would, in a heartbeat. If I see an Amaray case now, especially, I'm going to be like, no ta. You know, it's a shame.
As well, another thing about Studio Canal in general, a lot of the films seem to be going for doing a mini Criterion collection.
Yes,
this collection.
That's kind of
because what happened a couple of years ago, Studio Canal took back the rights from Criterion for a bunch of films, like basically a lot of the ones that are in this collection, like Third Man, Jean-Pierre Melville stuff, some Jean-Luc Godard stuff.
I think that was the one I'd asked you about before, was the Third Man, because I saw that was out in Criterion and Studio Canal.
Which was, if you're a Criterion fan, it was a bit of a kick in the balls, because Studio Canal have been slow to put them out, even the films that they took away.
Yeah.
And then it's like the transfers are not quite Criterion level, and if now they're doing them in just kind of standard Amaray cases, it's another kind of kick in the balls again.
Yeah. I mean, it's a nice package. That.
Aye.
Still going to have the book with it and stuff, or is, in the Amaray case?
I don't know. Booklet? I guess probably. So, if you didn't know about this, you might want to get.
I'm not loving the way things are going with physical media at all, man.
I know.
It's really quite. I'm going to say scary, but like I just mean it's such a shame.
Well, I mean, it's good in a way that the price of Blu-rays is coming down.
But again, I'd pay $5 extra to have nice packaging.
Yeah.
For most things that I want, you know what I mean. Most things I'm going to buy, I would probably prefer to have.
Yeah.
And things that I'm quite happy to have, like, you know, Amaray case on, I can get.
Yeah.
Cheaper probably than in shops and from eBay or whatever, you know.
It looks like
that's what's causing, you know, this kind of fall in like buying. I mean, I've noticed, like, I know Blu-ray hasn't really, definitely not usurped DVD as yet, but I was looking around for a couple of things this past couple of weeks. Went to like Tesco, like in our local Tesco, and it's like they've got like the smallest Blu-ray section I've ever seen.
Aye.
You know what I mean? They've not even got like a full chart of the kind of top 20.
Yeah.
Never mind any kind of back catalogue, and it's just I just can't. I know we've not. It's not. I know it hasn't taken over yet, but and it maybe never will.
I don't know if it's just this area, because in HMV, the DVD section is at least, I don't know what, 4 times the size of the Blu-ray section.
Easy. They used to have a fairly decent Blu-ray section at one point. I remember went up the side near the tills.
Yeah, I mean it's not too bad.
It was like a proper back catalogue, but then they had it at one point. They had it in one of the stalls. You know, it was just like one layer deep.
Aye.
And it was impossible to find anything. So even better now, but I don't know.
It's still perplexing that people don't seem to really care about Blu-ray too much.
It's a shame. I mean, like, there's so many people. Everyone seems to have an HD TV now. You know what I mean? And Blu-ray players are so cheap now. It's guess
maybe we're still haven't reached the full tipping point yet, but plus like it's a less severe jump, like in a sense, like the shift to DVD was more compelling for people. I think it was more of a sell, an easy sell, because it was like a disc, better picture quality, you had room for extras, took up less space. Whereas with Blu-ray, obviously, it's like it's no killing Blu-ray DVD off in the same way you can play your DVDs still.
It's still a similar release, isn't it?
Yeah, and people, a lot of the time people don't really get the image quality.
I don't understand that either. I mean, it's I guess I'm quite particular about things, so I can kind of get that.
Yeah, you do have to know a bit more about the technical side of things, because I know that even I was guilty of that at first. I knew Blu-ray was better, but before I understood about the film resolution, 35mm film and stuff, I wasn't quite sold on it. Again, I guess some people just don't care.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, even for like older films, just the fact that they go back and like clean them up, proper restorations that wouldn't have been done for DVD. That appeals to me anyway. Having these kind of, as I mentioned before, these kind of pristine versions of like almost having a 35mm print. You know what I mean? Or having an equivalent of it.
Yeah,
it's a shame, is it? And if that's what's leading to this kind of pull back in these kind of nice packages, I mean, I really hope it is. I mean, I know there's a lot of places like in the States shutting down, like Blockbuster, that just aren't making any money anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that's more of the kind of Netflix love film type thing that's closing them down.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's definitely the future for the masses, streaming. But I'm confident it'll always be physical media.
I hope so.
Yeah. I mean, you can still vinyl. You still get vinyl.
Yes, true. I mean, it went away for a while and come back. To be fair.
So there'll always be a niche market for it, for quality, really high quality, great films and high quality editions. So.
I mean, yeah, and I mean the whole thing about cost and like, there's loads of films out there in Blu-ray, that really don't deserve a Blu-ray release. Maybe that would be the key, or something that would maybe like saving cost. Getting these high definition prints of films that really you don't either need, or don't justify a Blu-ray release, but because it's the whole thing with Arrow releasing the limited editions, for certain high profile films, but not others. But that's maybe the way it would go. You would get physical releases. I know it's crazy to think of.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder what. I think we will see a higher resolution format at some point, at 4K. But how niche that's going to be is unknown. Like, if we get to a point in Blu-ray saturation where it is total dominant, who knows? That's going to be a while down the line if that ever happens. So that's going to be a real niche one, I think, 4K. Because I mean, I think as far as I know, what I've read about it, you're going to need to get a bigger TV. Obviously, a higher resolution TV, but it's you need a bigger size of image to get the benefit of 4K. Same as you do with 2K as well. The smaller your TV, the less benefit you get, I think. Another thing was a new film on Blu-ray, The Big Heat. It's in Noir by Fritz Lang.
Yeah.
I get announced this week by Twilight Time. It's a US label. Have you heard of this label?
I've not heard the label.
Right. I pre-ordered it, but one interesting thing I want to talk about is all their Blu-rays release are limited to 3,000.
Right.
They're all limited editions. Which is the reason that I decided to go for it just now. It's no one I would have immediately bought.
Yeah.
But I thought that's quite annoying.
Yeah.
Only 3,000.
I mean, and there's no kind of like, with the Arrow thing, with the unlimited releases, it's not going to be regular releases. It's not limited for a reason. No.
It's funny because in December they released Fright Night, the original.
On Blu-ray. I saw that.
And
I didn't realise it was them, but I saw
it's now out of print. It goes for like $100, which is pretty. I mean, it's maybe again demise of physical media, as we're seeing, lack of resources to
reduce.
Yeah,
I guess so. I mean, that seems like a film that would have been more like, you know, why it seems odd to have that film as a limited edition.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Aye. I think
mean,
they're
I
doing
like the
other ones
film,
as
but,
well.
like
As Good as It Gets.
Right.
You think that needed to be a limited
No,
edition?
aye. It makes you wonder what their theory behind it is.
Yeah. I guess I'm thinking if they just do a limited run, we'll know they'll sell. But
that's quite a cynical, like, kind of feud. You know, thing. Like, you know, it's like it's the only way to sell the, you know, like, to make more money. We'll just say that limited edition, slap limited edition on there. Because I've seen the packaging. It's not as if there's any special packaging.
No,
is it? It's just kind of they literally have just slapped limited edition at the top, and then don't release it again after a while. Maybe they like say limited edition, and the guy that owns it buys like 50 copies and sells them all aftermarket for $100 each.
Aye,
makes the money back.
As well, they did like a certain number of like autographed ones and stuff,
really,
to make them sell even more, which is a bit.
I can kind of understand that, but like still release a regular edition. It's just going to be.
Seems, doesn't seem very customer friendly.
It's kind of like the worst type of limited edition.
Yeah.
No extra feature. No nice packaging. And films that you aren't that desperate for.
Yeah.
But you'd probably pick up. But
it was because one of the reasons I decided to jump on it was somebody said, and I think this is accurate, that it won't get another release for 3 years.
Right.
Won't be relicensed to anyone else. Now I don't know if that means just in the States or that refers to worldwide. Because somebody was saying maybe Masters of Cinema will pick it up.
Right.
Which it seems like a film they would do.
I think that Big Heat's one of the ones I've got in that Noir box set.
Okay. Right.
So it rings a bell.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, each to their own, but I don't really. That's not a very good business model to me.
No.
It's not very. It's not very customer friendly.
Yeah. But I bought one. I might be able to sell it for £200 or something like that.
At least.
Yeah.
Cool.
Last thing. This week the trailer went up for the film Black Metal Veins, which is a new documentary by Elizabeth Valentine.
Oh right.
It's coming out in July. It's a documentary about heroin addicts within the black metal scene.
Right.
Music.
Black metal, right?
Yeah, it looks quite interesting. From the trailer, I'm curious to see how he approaches a documentary, because it's got a visual style which is incredibly fast editing and surreal.
Right.
Which is the antithesis of documentary filmmaking.
Yeah.
So I'll be interested to see what he does. I know you've not seen any of his films yet. But not long.
That's it. Couple of weeks.
So
that you for your news?
That's it.
Yeah, I've only got one piece of news this week. I'm a bit shit. I was reading on actually this morning. It was on comingsoon.com. About Dark Knight Rises. I know we're talking about our Bat special things like that. Apparently, it's going to have over an hour of IMAX footage. There was quite a bit in the Dark Knight.
Right.
Not loads, but apparently that's the most it's been shot.
Okay.
Or put into a finished film.
Right.
Which I thought was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So very nice that.
Yeah.
Like those were definitely a highlight of Dark Knight for me. I saw it regular cinema first, and then I saw it at the IMAX.
Okay. Yeah.
And those.
I'm looking forward to
even
seeing
the Blu-ray.
IMAX.
Those scenes are stunning.
Never seen a full film in IMAX. So.
So that was quite interesting. It's quite, as I say, I wasn't expecting. I knew that Wally Pfister had been talking about doing 3D before they started making this film, and he was like, "Fuck off, fuck right off." And he said the money's better spent on IMAX. And I totally agree.
Definitely,
No dispute there. So I was quite happy when I heard over an hour. I thought that's quite almost half the film. Yeah, potentially if it's 2.5 hours. So that's quite cool.
Aye.
All right. So you get any pickups this week, Gary?
Yeah, I've got quite a few this week. Yeah. First thing, this is Shot Corridor by Sam Fuller, the Criterion and Blu-ray edition. This is a film. It's about a guy, a journalist. He's trying to solve a murder. Right. To get the scoop on a murder. And the murder happened in a mental asylum. Okay. So he goes undercover into the asylum, pretends to be insane. Right. Try and solve it.
Right. I get you.
But guess what happens?
I don't ken.
Don't know.
No, I'm not wanting to guess it. I want to see it.
He actually goes insane himself.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, I never saw that coming.
Yep. great film, nice package. This was actually a birthday gift,
Oh,
or a
right.
belated
No, nice.
birthday gift.
Nice. Happy
Go
birthday,
to
Gary.
late. Cheers. So, good one there.
When do you want to send Gary a birthday present?
Yeah.
Send it to... Don't, never mind. P.O. Box.
Next thing, Inception
Yes.
on Blu-ray.
Right, on Blu-ray.
Rental copy.
Yeah.
To be precise.
Yep.
Now I got this for £3.80
Good
at
price.
Blockbuster
Yep.
after I traded in some DVDs, which is a decent price, and I was quite excited as I checked the back and it has a full plethora of extras,
Yes.
or so it seemed.
So it seemed.
Actually, when you put the disc in, it's only get the extraction mode, sort of, is that like a sort of commentary style thing. So I was a bit gutted about that, but I did get it for £3.80, and I feel like if I take it back, I'll maybe get my £3.80 back, but then I've basically traded in films for nothing.
I get you. Uh-huh.
They might give me the credit and the £3.80, I don't know.
Mm.
But I mean, I'm not, the other stuff, I'm only going to watch it once or twice, even though I'm a completist and I want all the extras, but I'll pick it up maybe again at some
Yeah,
point.
I mean, it is, you could probably get it eventually pretty cheap. It's a shame though, I mean...
I'll know for next time.
Yeah, don't, as a rule, I generally don't go for ex-rentals that have rental copy only on them. I don't like the covers, basically, but that's probably another good reason, just in case you don't get all the flaming extras.
Okay, and the next thing, I had a £50 gift voucher for HMV, and I bought 4 Blu-rays.
4?
Yep. First one, Romeo and Juliet.
Nice, yep.
Phenomenal film.
Yep.
Definitely the best Shakespeare adaptation
I'd say so.
ever put on film.
Definitely.
I'd definitely say so. That's the way to do it, I think.
Yeah, it's so faithful to the original,
Yeah.
the source material. I mean, like, I just love it, the modern aesthetic, but the proper delivery of, you know what I mean? It's just, it works totally, because I remember doing it in school, Romeo and Juliet, and we watched an older version of it, and even reading the text, if you really think about it and don't take, like, I mean, everyone's like, I don't get what this means.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can get what it means from the settings of the scene and things like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But there's no, because it's set in the modern scene and images that we all recognise, you know what everything means. You know, you can take from it what you need to. You know what I mean? Yeah. It definitely brings it into the modern setting and works.
Yeah. The problem with a lot of Shakespeare adaptations is, like, if you to take the traditional acting style, I feel it's very kind of flat and passionless. Whereas that's thing, it's like, it should be full of passion. Yeah. Which that one is. Haven't checked out the transfer yet, but it's approved by Lurman, so.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is meant to be pretty decent. I was just kind of between whether the States or the UK one, you know, I've been there before, was different or not. So, but no, that's good. Pick up, man.
Next thing, Lady and the Tramp, Diamond Edition.
Nice.
Watch this. It looks brilliant.
Oh, really?
Aye.
It's definitely one I want to get.
Yeah, it's got some good extras on it. Have you seen any of these commentaries they do when it's inside Walt's story meetings?
No.
They're really good.
Right.
It's like it's production notes from like the production meetings that were all transcribed, and they bring actors in to do the voices.
Really? That's pretty cool.
Like Walt. And,
whilst watching the film.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
It's a really good idea. So that's really good.
Yeah.
One interesting tidbit I picked up from this: if you're an aspect ratio geek, like we are, this was Disney's first CinemaScope film.
Right. Okay.
2.55 to 1, and at the time, a lot of theatres didn't actually have the capability to show CinemaScope films. So at the time, they produced 2 versions, like a 4:3 version, and a widescreen anamorphic version. So it's like the full frame version was kind of a legitimate version. So that's why I'm glad I actually have the VHS.
Sure, because
which has the
different versions.
Full frame version.
It's a shame the Blu-ray doesn't have the.
Maybe they could have stuck it all in there as well, maybe.
Yeah.
I thought that's
quite interesting
tidbit, yeah.
That's one that, like, me and my family always really enjoyed watching when I was little, but it was one we never ever had on even on video, you know, that way. So it's one
I always quite liked it, but it's actually really, really good. I forgot how actually good it was. I thought it was one of the more kind of fluffy ones, but it's actually pretty strong. It's got great characters in it.
Yeah, definitely.
Really funny. Next one, The Tree of Life.
Right.
Another Terrence Malick masterpiece, in my opinion.
Right.
It's about Brad Pitt plays a authoritarian father of a family set in the 50s America, but it's also about everything basically, from the creation of the universe,
right,
to the nature of nature, if you will.
Right.
It's got dinosaurs in it as well. Good stuff. Yeah.
Awesome. Right.
And lastly, Where the Wild Things Are.
Right. Yeah, I've heard a lot about this film. Yeah. Is it based on a book?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
It's a kid's book. I remember reading it about a kid who goes to a world with monsters in it.
Don't remember it.
Directed by Spike Jonze.
Yeah.
Got that fairly. I think it was £8 or something. I got that for. So, enjoy the film quite a lot. So, like Spike Jonze's movies. Cool. I picked that one up.
I don't have very many pickups this week, and I've actually seen one of them. So
right.
I wouldn't have such in-depth descriptions as yourself. Courtesy of you, Gary, I picked up a film called Brick, which hopefully I'll be watching soon. Stars Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I also participated in the 1 hour special that Arrow were doing.
All right.
For Frankenhooker. Got that for $6.99, pretty decent. That was about £9 saving. Did it for like an hour one afternoon. I picked up, in lieu of the Avengers coming out, I picked up Captain America.
Okay.
It's sort of pretty fun superhero film. It's from the director of The Rocketeer. Did you ever see that?
Rocketeer. I think I did see that. But...
Jennifer Connelly's in it, and
right.
a couple of, and whatchamacallit, Timothy Dalton plays the bad guy. Sort of right, kind of pulpy superhero.
Yeah.
It's quite fun. But Captain America's pretty good. And I just today picked up just rustling for the sake of rustling. Funhouse. A film which I've had before in my possession.
Right.
But I managed to pick it up at HMV for £12, which is pretty good. That's about the best price you can get for it on the net. Brand new.
Yeah.
And I could actually see that it wasn't bashed this time.
That's always the benefit of
definitely.
So
stores.
Have you seen the film before?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Funny you should say that. You should buy that week, because I just watched the film this week as well.
Oh, you did?
I did. It's no bad. It's one like I'm still on the fence. It would be one I'd like to have, but I'm not that bothered about it, so I'm probably not going to buy it.
Got you.
It's got a lot of stuff on it.
Yeah, it's definitely got loads of special features.
Aye.
I'm interested to see it anyway.
Yeah.
And it's a nice package and stuff. So from Arrow, so I think that's me.
Good stuff.
Sorry for the rustling.
More money in Arrow's back pocket.
Yep.
From Cinema Subculture.
Yeah, that's right. I'm going to start contacting them, see if we can get some freebies.
Right.
That
was
I think so. Eventually, 3 years later.
Yeah, almost.
So, Guy, what we're going to look at next time? Kind of hinted at it already.
Aye. Next week.
Not next week. Next
time.
No,
next week. No. No, it's no next week.
Not next week at all.
Next time, we're going to cover the Vomit Gore trilogy. This is 3 films directed by Lucifer Valentine. Yep. Slaughtered Vomit Dolls,
sure.
Regurgitated Sacrifice, and Slow Torture Puke Chamber. So this is my pick. Like, I quite like the films. Pretty much amongst like people who watch really extreme shit, I think this is normally ranked up there as the most extreme films of all time, along with like the August Underground trilogy.
Right.
Generally accepted. I mean, myself, I've seen a lot of stuff, but I've not seen maybe everything. But I think it's fairly safe to say that these are among the most extreme films. I mean, sickest, maybe not the most disturbing.
Sure.
Because disturbing often needs a psychological element, which like proper like storytelling. But definitely the sickest stuff probably you'll ever see.
Awesome. I can't wait. I mean, a big fucking bottle of whiskey to watch these, aren't they?
Yeah, so interesting films, have their flaws, but get into that next week. So maybe a longer episode.
Sure.
If we're doing 3 films, we'll see how it goes.
The films all like...
They're fairly short films, they're only about an hour each.
Well, I'm definitely interested to see. It's something we've spoken about since way before we even had the genesis of the podcast. So I'm a wee bit apprehensive, but nervous. That's all. Anxious.
Okay, yeah.
But I'm looking forward to seeing if I can sit through them.
Right. Yeah, so join us next time for that. So, just to repeat, if you want to contact the show, email at cinema_subculture@hotmail.com.
Right.
Like us on Facebook, all that good stuff.
Yeah. Subscribe on
Tell
iTunes.
your friends and
that's it. Any comments, suggestions for films?
Yeah.
Anything like that.
Okay, so join us next time on Cinema Subculture. Thanks for listening and
keep it extreme.
It was a nightmare.